Now, the next thing I want to explain is something called packages. Now, as I've shown you, there's a lot of stuff in base R that already exists there. There's the mean function, the log function, all of these different things, the concatenate function, the data frame function. But there are also extra functions that have been created by users of R. And this is the great thing about R. It's got a really vibrant user community. Because it is an open source and free programming environment, you as a user can contribute your own functions to R. And so what we can do is load in some packages from other people who have created these sets of functions, for example. There's a couple different ways to do this. There is a function called the install packages function that you can use to install a package. And to do this, you would do something as follows. Type install.packages, open parentheses, and then in quotes, put the name of the package that you're trying to install. This is one way to do it. It's best practice, however, not to put this function in your R script, but to simply put it in your R console. And the reason for this is that it's considered actually rather rude to install software on somebody else's computer. And so if you had this install packages function in the R script and you share this script with somebody and they just indiscriminately run the whole thing, they're then installing software onto their computer, into their kind of where R is saved on their computer. And you've now installed something on their computer, which isn't very good practice. As I said, it's considered kind of rude. So it's better to just do this on your own and make a comment that you would want to install the rcarbon package, for example, and let them do that themselves. A second way that you can install packages is to go down here to the bottom right of RStudio and click the Packages tab. Here, you can click the Install button, and it brings up this window here where you can search for the package you want to install. Here, I want to install the rcarbon package. It's going to install it to my R library here from the CRAN, which is the kind of repository for everything R. And if you hit this Install button, it will then install the rcarbon package. It sometimes takes a while depending on how large these packages are, but at a certain point it will have completed the process, and now you have access to everything within that rcarbon package that we just installed. However, you don't yet have access to it. What you need to do is actually call up that package. What we've done is install it, but if I were to try to use a function from it right now, it wouldn't work. I need to first use the library function and feed it rcarbon. Now that I've done this, and you wait a couple seconds until the stop sign is gone and it shows you that it's completed the process, now I have called up the rcarbon package. It's loaded into R. It's ready to use. Now I can start using things from within the rcarbon package. For example, if I type question mark and run this, this pulls up a data set that is included in the rcarbon package on radiocarbon dates from the Eastern Mediterranean around the Younger Dryas. You can read a description of this data set, what it contains, the source, examples of what you can do with it, and so on. Now, this package is meant to be used to calibrate radiocarbon dates and create various probability distributions of radiocarbon dates, and it contains a series of functions to do this. For example, the calibrate function is what we can use to calibrate radiocarbon dates. If I pull up the help page for the calibrate function, you can read a little bit about it here, the description of it and examples at the bottom. This allows us to access a whole world of possibilities in R because there are tons of packages out there that people have created and uploaded to the CRAN. It's really useful and really important and kind of inevitable that at some point you're going to end up using packages that were created by other people.